31-year-old Sam Bankman-Fried, son of two Stanford legal scholars and graduate of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, the once celebrated CEO of FTX, has been found guilty on all 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy. His conviction is a major blow to the cryptocurrency industry, and it sends a clear message that no one is above the law, regardless of their wealth or status. In this episode of this podcast, we will take a closer look at SBF's case, and we will discuss the implications of his conviction for the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. Welcome to another episode of PopQ Podcast. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any news in pop culture. Sam Bankman-Fried was found guilty on all 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy in his trial on November 2nd, 2023. The charges came about after the cryptocurrency exchange FTX collapsed. This resulted in billions of dollars in losses for investors. SBF was trialed on 7 counts. Here they are: wire fraud on customers of FTX, wire fraud on lenders to FTX, conspiracy to commit wire fraud on customers of FTX, conspiracy to commit wire fraud on lenders to FTX, securities fraud, conspiracy to commit securities fraud, and money laundering. The wire fraud charges relate to SBF's alleged misuse of customer funds at FTX. The securities fraud charges relate to his alleged misleading of investors about the financial condition of FTX. The money laundering charge related to his alleged attempts to conceal the proceeds of the fraud. So what happened? FTX is a cryptocurrency exchange that allows users to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrencies. FTX is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, or at least it used to be, not any longer. Alameda Research was a quantitative trading firm that uses advanced algorithms and artificial intelligence to trade a variety of financial instruments, including cryptocurrencies.
I absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important. We tend not to have things like stop losses. I think those aren't necessarily a great risk management tool. I'm trying to think of a good example of a trade where I've lost a ton of money. Well, I don't know. I probably don't want to go into specifics too much with that.
Alameda Research was one of the most successful quantitative trading firms in the world at the time. FTX and Alameda were two separate companies, but they were closely intertwined. SBF, as the CEO of both companies, had been accused of mismanaging FTX customers' funds to benefit Alameda Research. FTX collapsed in November 2022, revealing that SBF has mismanaged customer funds and used them to make risky bets. He was arrested in December 2022 and charged with fraud. Fast forward to November 2nd, 2023. The verdict was a stunning fall from grace for SBF, who was once hailed as a gifted kid and the future of the cryptocurrency industry. His FTX exchange was one of the largest in the world, and he was a vocal advocate for crypto regulation. The trial lasted a month, and the jury reached its verdict after just 4 hours of deliberations. The prosecution's key witnesses were former members of Sam Bankman-Fried's inner circle, who testified that he had knowingly defrauded customers. The key witnesses in the case are Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of Alameda Research, about Gary Wang, the co-founder of FTX, and Nishad Singh, the former director of engineering at FTX. All three have pleaded guilty to fraud charges and cooperated with the government in reaching this verdict. They have testified that Bankman-Fried knowingly defrauded customers and investors. Ellison's testimony was particularly damaging to SBF. She testified that he had directed her to use FTX customer funds to make risky bets at Alameda Research. She also testified that he had lied to customers and investors about the financial condition of FTX. Wang and Singh's testimony corroborated Ellison's testimony. They both testified that Bankman-Fried had used FTX customers' funds for personal and business expenses and that he had lied about the company's finances. The testimony of these three witnesses was crucial to the government's case against SBF. It helped to prove that he had knowingly defrauded customers and investors. In addition to the testimony of these three witnesses, the government also presented evidence of SBF's lavish lifestyle and his risky bets at Alameda Research. This evidence helped to paint a picture of a man who was living beyond his means and who was willing to take careless risks with other people's money. In the end, the jury found SBF guilty on all 7 counts against him on November 2nd, 2023. He is facing up to 115 years in prison. SBF's parents were devastated after the verdict was read. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, said the following after the verdicts were read. While the cryptocurrency industry might be new and the players like Sam Bankman-Fried might be new, this kind of corruption is as old as time. This case has always been about lying, cheating, and stealing, and we have no patience for it. SBF is scheduled to be sentenced on January 3rd, 2024. The verdict is a major hit on the cryptocurrency industry, which is already reeling from a series of scandals and bankruptcies. It also sends a strong message that fraudsters will be held accountable regardless of their status or wealth, and nobody is above the law. We hope you enjoyed this episode. What do you think about the verdict? Comment below. As always, we love you for watching or listening. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.